In one of my latest videos, I showed you how to do a bioactive setup for a crested gecko. I'll put the link to that video in the description down below in case you haven't seen that one yet. And today I'm going to show you how to do a basic, cheaper, simple setup for a crested gecko that works just as well. And then I'll show you the unboxing of my new super rare color morph of my female crested gecko. I'm getting a sub-adult female crested gecko, so I'm going to put her in this 10-gallon tank. A 10-gallon tank is suitable for one crested gecko. You can go a little bit bigger, but since she's young and since she's new, I want to start her off in a 10-gallon, which is small, because with a young crested gecko, if you put them in something too big, it could overwhelm them and make it difficult for them to find their food. So when you have babies or sub-adults, you don't want to go too big too fast. So the substrate we're going to use for this gecko, since she's eventually going to be a breeding female, is going to be just paper towels. It's cheap, it's simple, and it's completely safe because unless you do something dumb like shred it up, which we're not going to do, not going to recommend, there's no way for them to accidentally ingest this and get impacted. And then another reason why paper towels are great to use for females that you plan on breeding or that are already actively breeding is because they're obviously going to be laying eggs. And in a bioactive tank like I did with the stud male, and that you'll see in the other video in the description down below, we use coconut fiber as a substrate. And if you put a female in that tank and she lays eggs, she could, dig up any old spot anywhere, or she could dig really, really deep and hide those eggs and they'll be difficult to find. And obviously that's a problem because then if you don't find them, they might not get incubated properly, or they may hatch and the adults could accidentally harm them before you locate the babies. So this is just a safer way to do it. When she does reach the point where she's large enough and old enough to breed, I'm going to put a container in here, a lay box for her to lay her eggs in there, so that way they'll be safer and I'll know exactly how and where to locate them. But that's a video and a story for another time because we're not there yet. Today we're just going to focus on a simple, basic, cheap setup for a crested gecko, and then I will show you my new rare color morph. So I'm going to give her a few different places to hide in here. That way she feels safe. Crested geckos like to climb, so I'm also going to put in a bunch of different stuff in here so that she has places to hide and to climb on, so that way it feels more natural and safe. I'm actually going to put this one here to secure this so that way it doesn't tip over. You want to make sure everything's safe because like I said, they like to climb and they like to jump, so you want to make sure everything's very secure. Alright, so it's complete. It was as simple as that. You can see I just put in some different plants. Since it's not a bioactive tank, I just did fake plants. So I'm going to get this into the reptile room and then I will show you that unboxing and I will go into more detail about this new and rare color morph of crested gecko. Alright, the gecko has finally arrived. It's a beautiful, nice, cool day for it. Shipping went very quickly and very smooth. She was only in there overnight. It's about 9:11 in the morning, so she made great time getting here. And if you want more information on shipping facts for reptiles, check out my video where I got the chameleon gecko because I go over that in a little bit more detail there. So as I said before, sable crested geckos are a very new morph. The first one was recorded in 2017 at Gecko Haven, which is actually in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, which is funny because that's only about 45 minutes away from where I live. And then the geckos carrying that gene and that morph, a lot of Korean breeders took interest and they bought up a lot of them. So there's a lot of breeders in Korea working with this new gene and only a handful of people in the US working with it. So it's very exciting to get my hands on one. This gecko I got from Pangea Reptile. She actually comes from Korean bloodlines from Ryan Lee, the owner of Ryan Gecko. And I'll show you a little bit of her pedigree in a minute, but let's get her out of here first. Here's some stuff sent by Pangea. And I had a very nice experience dealing with them. I highly recommend them. Look, they even sent some free Crested Gecko food. And I'm just going to try to move nice and slow so I don't stress her out. It looks like they did a great job packaging her nice and tight in there so she wouldn't move all around. So here's her date of birth. She was born February 27th, 2023. So she's still pretty young. And you can see those beautiful white patches on her. That's one of the characteristics of the Sable. She looks great, very alert, very healthy. Now, I'm not going to mess around with her because she had a long journey here, so I'm just going to get her into her tank, spray it down so she can drink and get hydrated, and I'll just leave her alone to settle for a little bit, and then we'll check back on her later. She looks fantastic. But like I said, I'm going to let her settle in this nice quiet room. We'll leave her alone. I'll update the breeder, let him know that she got here safely. And I'll go over more about this special morph with you. And then we'll check on her again later tonight. Alright, so here's a look at some of the stuff from Pangea. Now, like I said in my other Crested Gecko video, if you saw that, this is going to be their main diet. You mix this with water until it's about the consistency of baby food. And this is one of the reasons why keeping Crested Geckos is so easy because, well, for me personally, I hate bugs. I can't stand them. But if you've seen my other videos, you know I have a chameleon and a leopard gecko, so sometimes I do have to deal with bugs. But this just makes the Crested Geckos so much easier because I don't have to worry about that as much with them. So this is going to be their main diet. And now, since she's young and since she'll also eventually be a breeder, I will have to supplement her with crickets dusted in calcium with vitamin D3. So I will still have to deal with those a little bit, but like I said, I have other reptiles, so it's not the end of the world that I have to deal with bugs sometimes. And there's tons of different flavors of this for your geckos, so check out Pangea's website and see what other ones they have too. It's good to switch it up for them a little bit. And they also sent these cool stickers. I like that one. So here's some of the paperwork on the gecko that I just got. Here's her baby picture. Like I said, produced by Ryan Gecko, who is a very, very famous Crested Gecko breeder. He has some gorgeous morphs. And then here's some different information on her and all of her different traits, which is really exciting. She's a Sable, of course. She's also tricolor, extreme harlequin, partial pinstripe. She has cream pattern, orange pattern, a dark base, kneecaps, and fringe. So she's got a lot of different pretty features going on here. And then here's a picture of her sire, or father if you're not familiar with that term. He's a Sable, and his name was Darkness. And sorry, the printer was kind of low on ink, so that's why it's kind of stripey there. But this is the picture I was sent of him. And then here's the mother. Her name's Yuna. Looks like she's a tricolor. She's also really, really beautiful. And I'm, again, sorry for the fading print because this does not do her justice. She's really pretty. And now here are some more facts about the Sable morph. All right, here's a little update. It's been over 24 hours since she arrived. She's doing really, really well. She's eating all her food. She's going to the bathroom. She seems really alert and really healthy. I highly recommend you check out Pangea's website if you're in the market for a crested gecko, especially if you're looking for a sable, because they have quite a few on their website at the moment. When I was looking to get a sable before I selected this one, I dealt with their general manager named John, and he was very helpful. He sent me lots of different pictures of the different sables that they had available. He answered all my questions, and it really helped me settle on this one, and I'm very happy with her so far. And I'm really excited to watch her grow and see how she develops and how even more of her color and pattern comes out as she ages. I'm excited for when she's old enough to start breeding and see what she produces, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned so you can follow along with that. And in the future, I'll be selling some sable crested geckos as well. It's really exciting to have this unique color morph, so make sure you don't miss out on any of them.
if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise, I won't quit, keep going.